podcast without seeing that one guy's face. It was
Yeah, I was able to put his logo on it though.
nice.
I'm just gonna put a funny picture of Danny.
Get that derpy ass face from. If wrestling is fake, explain this.
Explain this. What's up? We got Danny on the
The
podcast,
timepiece.
on the Cave podcast. Danny is a good friend of all of ours. He is
Abra Sumente on the board in case y'all were wondering.
yeah. You take over. You take over. Speak up a little bit too.
Well, I'm part of the community as well. So, um, my name is Abra Sumente, ABRA, whatever. And then that pretty much means open your mind in Spanish. So I come with it. So if y'all want to discuss with me about anything, or come at me. Let's go.
Very spiritual, dude. Very spiritual, and he's also one of the moderators of the fantasy football league we're running right now,
You
which
can say that.
I got the belt too.
Yeah.
Damn, look at that gleaming.
Heck.
So, how's fantasy football going? We got two of you guys in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 2-2 now, so that's
I'm in
good.
first place.
You're in first place.
Yeah, I'm sad. Zach was in first place. And I'm checking this standings right now.
How's this season going so far?
It's chill. I mean, competition's good. I've been playing for a minute, so I mean, if you're new, sorry. Uh, it's been successful. So right now we have myself and Alan tied first at 3. Multiple people at 2-2, and then we have me, Joe, and he's
Javon is dead last.
Is he even active?
I
Yeah,
honestly no. He hasn't been fucking updating his roster. He had Keenan Allen was out and he didn't change it.
Damn.
So, see, I mean, here's where I'm gonna come. I'm gonna say,
Come on me.
I've been, you always, um, I've been a commissioner for league for at least 6-7 years, and it bothers me every year that there's somebody, at least one person, that doesn't update it. So now that Jermaine's saying that, it's like he gets to experience some of my pain that I went through as a commissioner.
He's
So,
not. He's not
yeah.
really. Dude, I don't think it bothers your man at all.
No,
But-
because I was like, I needed that to win.
Yeah, but you needed to win, but it kind of like
No,
if
it's a
you
cheap
do
win.
fantasy. Yeah, if you go into fantasy football, it's like, okay, I won, but I didn't want to win that way. You know,
I know that feeling.
even though fantasy is kind of for nerds and it's all statistics and it's like you want to win when you can. We still hold like, what's that word? I don't know. It's just
Honor.
honor to the game, yeah, because it's, we tell people set your lineups, have people, even if you have a ton of injuries, and all you can do is just pick up scrap players that are free agents, meaning no one has a team.
You know, that's where I live off of,
That's what you
though.
got to do.
You know, I think Danny has seen how many times I've actually come from behind in the wins by just signing a bunch of people from the free agency. That's just, part of fantasy football isn't just who you draft, but you also have to understand you need to be looking at free agency a lot and seeing who you can let go, because sometimes you draft people and they fucking suck. Like Kenny Pickett might be a pick right now. People are like, he's like a top, people are kind of banking on him being a sleeper, but I personally don't see it.
Um, I mean, I've heard the name, but
The
he's
Steelers,
oh the
the backup who came in to relieve Trubisky because he was fucking doing bad. I mean,
here
people are
here
people
here
are
I am.
hyped up
So
about Kenny Pickett, but then he threw 3 picks. I'm like,
here's
oh,
how I'm 3-1. I was thinking Kenny Pickett was Garcia. So hey, yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty solid though. Good,
maybe a
good
good
weapons
bye
around
week
him.
cover. You
No,
know, if you need
I in the long term, I see him be doing pretty well.
maybe long term, but maybe this year it's going to be more. Let's see what he's about. You know,
If he pulls a Beth Roethlisberger like Ben did his first year,
that
where
is true.
he
Yeah,
went 15-1 and went like deep into the playoffs as a rookie,
that would be crazy.
pretty crazy.
As a person who's participated in fantasy leagues, and then not even really, I'm the person who doesn't update my lineups. There should be a penalty for that, so people just don't even fucking join, because that is I mean, it's not really a bitch. I guess it's more of a bitch to the commissioner than it is the participants, because like Jermaine said, it's a free win sometimes, right? And that could be crucial.
Yeah. But it's like anything. That's the thing, is that loss, that win, that, let's say, because if you switch it up, sometimes someone in their bench blows up, and because that they didn't play that one guy, they lost, and then the other person won, and that changes like the whole playoff projections. That it just changes things for down the road. And even like, let's say if it's the last week and the last person, the last place person doesn't, it's like, fuck this, I don't care. Pardon my friend. I know this is like
Yeah, this is kid friendly.
nah, but I'll try.
So fucking clean it up, Danny.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? This is kid friendly.
No fucking cussing. How many times I have to tell you?
You and your fucking dirty mouth.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Anyways, yeah, it just changes things for down the line. You just don't want that to happen. It's just, and how can I say it? It's not just for the commissioner, but yeah, there are other players. So, I mean, most of the time the penalty is that that person doesn't really come back the next season, because we get to see, they don't play through, so they just don't come back.
Or you just don't invite them. You kind of just replace them with someone else.
Yeah, well, most of the time they invite themselves out, because then having asked people like, "Hey, you coming back?" The people that usually like gave up at the end of the season are the ones that are like, "Nah, not really."
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like, okay, so you're like perfect.
Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah.
Fucking. I feel like a punishment would be cool. That way, it's like it prevents people from even.
Oh, there he is.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! It
See
prevents.
that face.
Wait, say something. Can we hear you?
So,
What's up?
Oh, okay. Wow, word. It prevents people from even
Killing Danny's
doing
back.
it, because
What's up?
inactive members is actually, fuck it. It shouldn't even be really be a problem. I just feel like making rules would be cool.
and rules. That's all I wanted to say.
Rules.
Hey, that's a Teddy you have, Jermaine.
Thanks. It's Supreme.
It's Supreme.
Yeah, see?
I don't care. I don't care about the hoodie. The teddy bear was cute.
It is. It very much is. And here's my my cause Elmo.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Elmo's dead.
You know, I got it for John. Collab at Uniqlo. Yeah. I was like, hey, here's Elmo. And when I showed it to the kids, like, oh my god, why is he dead?
It's art.
I was like, it's cause. It's cause.
It's cause what?
Yeah.
It'll kind of be.
Did you get it? It's funny. Hey, so Yeah, fucking football, man. That sport sucks, man.
I could chuck it football.
Well, why do you say it sucks?
I'm
Let
just
me ask
kidding.
you.
It
I know
doesn't
you
suck.
don't watch it.
It doesn't suck. You know, I was actually thinking about basketball and how basketball is more finesse, and like the cool thing about it is like running plays because you know the tendencies of another team, and you kind of like it's like chess, but in a finesse way. But football's that, but in a more like brute way. So
Aggressive
football
way.
is pretty cool.
Strife.
Yeah, in a more aggressive way. So I give it to football.
It's brutal as fuck. As like Danny, I'm sure like he has a lot of stories, but even myself when playing that shit in high school, dude, for high school that shit's already brutal as fuck.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
man.
What are you doing, Danny? Move the camera. This guy.
No, that's cool. You can show it.
Show
We
off
wanted-
some
we-
plants.
we
wanna
could
see
hear
the
it.
Danny process.
We could hear it. We don't
We
want
want
to
to
see
see that
it.
process. Well, you don't want a cock shot now. Come on, dude. Show.
Express yourself.
As
Show us the
football
weed.
players though,
Nah.
would you guys
Mm.
do rugby? What do you guys think about rugby?
Dude, rugby's crazy. I don't know.
It's pretty much football with no pads, right?
Exactly. Pretty much. I mean, but in a sense, we kind of played that before when we were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tackle, no pads, but still, like, I think at this age, if you're asking, hey, you want to play rugby? Like, fuck that.
I got a family to feed.
Most definitely. I mean, before high school, that's all we used to play was tackle.
Yeah.
Playing with rugby because we would tackle without pads. That's how I broke my ankle.
Oh yeah.
You
I
broke
remember
your
that.
ankle?
Yeah,
Sheesh.
It was
What
with
a
that guy
wild one.
Josh. Remember?
Josh Moss.
Yeah.
I was always
That dude was
terrified of that guy.
Because that guy was big, and we were like
That guy
little
was
kids.
You.
But then now you think
man.
about it, it's like, what's this high schooler doing trying to fuck around with kids like us?
Yeah, because he was 2 years older. So
Yeah.
I mean, back then he was a bigger kid, so I'm sure it made him feel good if I beat up the kids.
To beat us up and shit. I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, it was fucking. I was running the ball, and then these guys tried to tackle me, and I just fell back, and then I hear the.
Oh.
Okay, like, then I get up, and then it's like I start walking.
Uh-huh.
Nah, I with pressure, and then out of nowhere, like
It's like Jello.
it just gave up. Gave
Really?
in.
Oh.
I'm tired,
Yeah,
boss.
then I go sit down, and I'm thinking, not like if it'd be broken, I wouldn't be able to stand on it. Just like I could stand on it, but then it's like
It hurts.
eventually, yeah, it swelled up.
Mm.
We gave in, went to the hospital, and that's what we
It got confirmed. Did you take an X-ray?
Yeah, I got confirmed.
You're pregnant. Oh, and your ankle's broken.
Oh yeah, your ankle's broken
Positive.
too.
You are positive.
For a
Teenage
broken ankle.
pregnancy.
Oh, your ankle. Yeah, your ankle.
Oh, that's the wrong test. Imagine getting that kind of news from a doctor. Like,
Imagine a doctor
sorry,
that's
man, but you have
imagine a
cancer.
doctor that's
Like,
like
what?
that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
you have cancer. What the fuck? I was just here to get my ears checked. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. Your ears are good.
No, your
What are you
astrology
living,
sign.
man? You
You're
know
Cancer.
Garcia.
And so,
That's a good cover up. No, I was saying that's your astrology sign, right? You a Cancer? No.
what about you? What about you, fellas?
Huh?
What about you, fellas? Which one of you have broken?
I haven't
No,
really.
thank you.
I haven't really broken anything. I remember I was playing basketball at LA Fitness, and then I just went up for a simple I just jumped up for a block, and I came down on my knee. I remember I just couldn't stand. Like I just fell down, and I was like looking. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I looked down, and my knee was like this, inward.
Oh
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And then I couldn't move, and I thought, like, I was like, dude, it's broken. Then I went to emergency right after, and then I remember just sitting there, and then, like, they popped it, and they said you just dislocated your knee, and then they ran like an X-ray. They said it doesn't show any signs of tearing, but you just dislocated your knee pretty bad. And then they said, but you have to remove, because they had like these chunky little pieces of cartilage that broke off my kneecap. So they said you need to get those removed because it's going to damage your joints over time. I haven't removed it. You know why? Because when I was at getting my MRI, because that was when I was supposed to like go through the process of removing all of that, this guy I met that I was sitting next to, he was just talking to me about his knee injury. And for the most part, it was kind of the same injury. Like he dislocated his knee and nothing bad came out or out of it, like no tears, but he had cartilage he had to remove. And so he said he wishes he never did that, because he said he was actually good for a year and his knee actually fucked up when he finally got the procedure done. He's like, now I'm here like once a month getting my knee drained out. So
Sheesh.
at that point, I just
That'll
did the
get you.
MRI, and then
Yeah,
I was like,
it's-
you know what? I'll think about it. But my knee
Yeah.
feels like fine now. You know, like sometimes I'll bend and I hear crunching, but that's really all it is.
That surgeon's upselling you on procedures that you don't need to
Yeah.
keep you coming back.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
too.
it's crazy because they like back people in a corner and they like overwhelm them with medical terms that they don't even know, and so it's almost like
Yeah.
they're pressured to say yes.
They-
It's
Like,
it's
oh, they
it's
know- they
fucking
sound
predatory,
like-
low key. You know,
Yeah. Dentists do that shit too.
Yeah.
hell yeah,
So I
dentists
was
do that
that's-
shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
But that's why I was like,
Dentists do it with a
I
little
was
bit of
glad I
attitude.
sat next to that guy.
They do a little bit of attitude though. They're like, yeah, you don't want to make your breath good. Kind of like diss
you don't
you,
want
diss you when you
Keith Wyatt.
don't take the extended warranty.
You know why your teeth fucked up?
You, oh, you want to keep your teeth dirty?
Yeah.
Like something like that.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna floss you, dummy.
That's why every time I go for cleaning, I'm like, God damn it, I gotta hear these guys telling me about how I don't floss and why I need to
All the
come back
time.
for more. Yeah, you don't floss enough. It's like, I know, okay.
Clean
your
That's
your
job.
why you have a job.
Yeah, do your job.
That's why I'm here.
That's why I'm
No, that-
here.
Tell that to the hygienist. Sorry, hygienist. I'll clean
Yeah.
the tartar. If we floss daily, there'd be no tartar for you to clean. No plaque. So y'all have a job because of us.
It was funny when I take Jarvis to his dentist appointment sometimes, and it's funny because the ladies that work there, you know, they're all really good-looking Hispanic chicks, like no lie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then so it's funny because every time you go there with your kids, you always see it's the dads with their kids because they want to see, and they're always talking to them, and I'm just like, that's weird, dude. These ladies are just here for work, but you see these dudes, they're like getting, like I get my cleaning there too, but these guys, I remember like next to Jarvis, there's this guy like just like trying to talk to her with the fucking thing in his mouth. I was like, damn, this dude's really trying to spit game. So what are you doing after this?
He's literally
I gotta
spitting
do another
game.
one of you motherfuckers. That's what I'm doing after this. Literally spitting game in her face.
Let's spin in the sink after.
That's funny. Fucking I have an uncle
Danny,
who,
have
who
you been
used
door
to.
dashing? Oh, my bad.
I have an uncle who used to preach like the gospel while he was working on people, like as a dentist. Yeah, so
Oh,
there
shit.
wasn't, you couldn't really rebut anything he was saying.
You know you're going to hell, right? All right.
Do you believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? If you say no, I'm gonna
Guys-
fuck your teeth up.
He's got a syringe and shit. So are you gonna accept Christ?
Yeah,
or,
when he's
what?
Uh-huh.
he's putting them to sleep and like just preaching to the unconscious.
The Book of Revelations. Oh God.
But they wake up, they're like, "Oh, Jesus is Lord."
And Jesus had good teeth.
Look at that picture. And it's just a picture your uncle had on the wall.
You want God-like teeth?
You
Follow Christ.
It's like a Mr. Clean and Jesus combined, smiling with perfect teeth.
Your
Jesus
teeth are as
Jesus
pearly
died
white
for your
as the pearly
teeth.
gates to heaven.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus died for your teeth to be white.
Jesus died for your deep cleaning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is that from South Park? Jesus Christ.
When we
Jesus
when we
Christ.
spoke to
That's
what's his
one
name?
of the commandments of buggers.
When we spoke to Pop Historian, it was crazy how much fucking Christianity and religion was used to like just back up whatever fucking regime they had going on, right?
That's always what it is, isn't
That's
it?
so it's
That's always
fucking
what it is.
like people don't get it. It's crazy. That's like the number one religion to be like, oh, fuck it, let's use Jesus.
Be Christian.
Just say it's for
Christianity
God.
won, dude.
Just say it's for God. And what do you think all those pastors do to those little kids? Do it for Jesus. You fucking weird fuck.
Nah.
Well,
anymore.
I mean,
Do it for
going
Jesus.
back to what the reason was said. I mean, everything back then was said. Do this in the name of the Lord. Therefore, all those killings, everything was just justified. And it's kind of fucked up, but then again, that was the thought process back in the day, and that's what made history, and that's what makes humans, I think, kind of in a way like we are.
Programmable.
We're violent. We have a violent history, and that's just who we are in a way. And but now we are obviously more conscious, and we are able to not be as violent. So that's a good thing. But it's it's interesting to see that in history, like except for like maybe the past 100 or so years, we've been fucking just killing each other.
And inventing nukes, you know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I don't think violence is even bad in the sense of like, if you look at the wild, like, cute baby zebras die all the time. They get mauled by like fucking gnarly ass crocodiles, and that's just there's no reason for that.
Life.
I think
Right. But it's
I think the blessing and the curse of humanity is the introspective side, because you overthink it. Like
exactly.
you give it reason. You know, it's like, oh, the flower grew because of beautiful stuff, and then if it dies, it's like, oh no.
Now I'm emotionally attached to this flower because of this
Yeah.
story.
It died because it sinned.
Absolutely. Here's where what I was trying to say is that humans, we have the rational thought. We can think about it. Animals, on the other hand, we could kill each other daily, but we do it because we want to take money, because we want to take money, assets, so on and so forth. It's not like we're doing it because we're trying to survive. We're trying to survive. I mean, keep a country and survive. Make a country more powerful because of that. That's not like the basis of life and death. You're just doing it to like just fuck shit up and have pride and say, "Oh, I got the bigger dick," you know.
Prove it.
Well, how do you explain? How do you
Be the
explain?
judge of that.
There's animals out there that kill the babies of other animals because they considered it a threat as far as becoming king later. That's kind of like, that's planning, dude.
Or
You know
they're
what I
fucking
mean?
hungry. I don't know.
That's like,
Yeah. There's subconscious
premeditated.
into it, I guess you could say. In a way, yeah, you can. That's difficult because just like they say with the birds, they usually kill the last bird that hatches because it's the weak one, whatever.
Wait, really?
wait,
Yeah.
what?
Like
Hey, speak up
they
Kill the
too.
last bird? Or put your
They're
mic
like-
closer to your mouth. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. There you go. That's better.
I mean, I use the same one. Anyways, what I was just like birds, maybe I don't think all birds, but there's very very species that they push their last chick, the last bird that hatches. They push it off the nest because they're weak.
I think I saw that in a documentary actually.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that fucking documentary we were watching, Danny, on turtles.
Oh, that sounds sad.
It was. The beginning was intense. We were high off our asses. And it just started. What was it? The eggs hatched, and they had to reach to go back in the
Oh
water.
yeah.
But then these seagulls were like just diving in and catching these baby turtles, and it was just a matter either you make it to the water or you don't.
Or you don't.
And the whole time we were just fading. We're like, come on, get to the water.
So yeah, most got to the water, but
There was some
you know,
casualties.
that's just how it is. That's
Yeah.
just how it is, and that's okay.
I feel like that.
See, yeah,
But
that
it's not,
that is
again,
okay because it's like natural.
but it's
right?
not like.
Yeah.
But humans, on the other hand, like we kill each other because there's something. I mean, there's people kill each other because they like the feeling of the thrill, that rush, that adrenaline.
Yeah. Or because they
Don't
like
do
your
that.
chain.
Yeah.
Or that
Hey, I
too.
like your chain.
Nice.
Yeah, so that goes.
I mean, like
to it.
what happened in the fashion district downtown LA. You guys see that shit?
Now what happened?
That one
Jinx.
store owner, he was protecting the store from this guy and a girl that were trying to steal a wig. So he was trying to stop him. And these two were only 17 years old, and they stabbed him to death
Oh,
just so they
God.
can get that wig. And next thing you know, cops got him and shit. And then now there's a video going around of one of the suspects. She was in the cop car with her phone, pretty much just, showing off about what the fuck they did.
For a wig, dog.
Yeah,
Was it like a nice color?
I don't know, but it's just like,
It was probably real human hair.
It was like, yeah.
No, hey,
I mean,
Yeah, as much as we dumb that
you go to
down,
Santee
yeah.
Alley for that shit.
As much as we dumb it down, people die for stupid shit all the time. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
yeah,
It's true.
all the fucking.
And that guy was apparently been there for like 20 years, and he was just trying to protect his store. And the boyfriend came out with a knife and just started, just going until he fucking died.
Dude, it's like
The worst.
it's like recently how there was that incident. It wasn't recent. Maybe happened like 3 or 4 months ago. Of that store clerk at the bodega in New York, and then he stabbed like someone that was attacking him, assaulting him, and all of that started because a card got declined for a bag of chips. And
Okay, I remember this.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And instead of just accepting the fact, like, oh shit, we don't have money, okay, sorry. The whole thing got escalated, and then someone attacked somebody, and someone got stabbed and died. It's an unfortunate event. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody, like it sucks when people die.
Unless they deserve it.
I mean, yeah. So it's just
there was I heard someone
crazy
died.
world we live.
Someone died at Costco gas trying to get gas. The line was long, so I guess they got into like an argument and started shoving each other. So some guy got shoved, but he tripped and he fell and hit his head on the elevated curbs where the gas pumps are on. Busted his head for some unleaded 89.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Imagine just trying to go about your day. You're just trying to get some gas, and someone fucking shoves you and kills you. Like,
bro, imagine the line. Like, now I'm never.
Imagine being in line.
This is longer now. Nobody's getting gas today.
Can somebody move that body?
Oh, great! Now I'm never gonna make it.
It's like I made it to the front. Let me get this, please. Don't cut it off. And
Damn.
just your luck. You're right there. You waited like 20 fucking minutes.
You're next.
And they're like, sorry, sir.
You're
just
fucking
like
next
when they
and shit.
Yeah. There's gonna be entitled people in that line. It's like, I can't believe this. You got to a fight for gas, and now I gotta fucking wait.
Yo,
Like, clean up his fucking body.
You believe this, Karen?
I would just move his car for him and then just fill up real quick.
With his family still in the car, distraught. Hey, I'm gonna move this car real quick.
Like, hey, I saw everything, but I gotta go. Just.
Yeah, I called 911 though. All right, I called it for you.
He's my number, officer, and
I got that guy's plate number 2. Here it is. Now,
What's
fuck out of
the
it.
number to 911?
But that's such a freak. That's such a freak accident. I bet you that guy who pushed him, didn't mean to kill him. Like, imagine that guy's day.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he came from like, what fool you ain't trying to get gas when I'm good? Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey man.
Guess he was going to jail tonight.
Yeah. So what happens to that? It's like, is he going to jail? Or what?
Depends.
Ali.
Depends if they're a Costco member.
Costco member.
Or if he's tall enough to go to jail.
They probably bought a get out card from Costco, so they're like, ah.
Imagine he's
Probably
not
like some kind of,
he's not a
probably
Costco
like an
member.
involuntary manslaughter or something.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a full murder case, but
Yeah, yeah.
Be doing
It'd
some
probably be a
time.
third degry.
yeah.
Third degree.
He's not a Costco member, and they just dumped the body. Just like, gotcha.
You killed our member on our town.
In and out truck coming in 5 minutes.
Oh, he's a Sam's Club member.
Oh, whose club? Whose club?
Sam's Club.
Samuel?
Who's
Samuel L. Jackson's Club.
Welcome to my club.
It's my discount.
It's my discount club.
Hey, but
What's in your wallet?
back to violence. The crazy thing about humans is we use like religion. You know what I mean? Like, imagine an animal going, "No, the apple tree is the one," and they kill people.
Can you
and, like,
imagine?
In the name of the sun,
yeah,
the water.
And Mufasa telling little Simba, "We have to eat that person for God."
we
Oh,
must
man,
Why,
motherfucker.
Dad? What?
chew
Because if
off
you
the
don't
foreskin.
die-
Fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and listen to me.
By the way, cut your private parts off, and
Have
You
you
go for the
guys
private parts
Have
first.
have you
son.
guys seen
Yeah.
have you guys seen the movie Year One with Jack Black and Michael Cera?
Oh, that's
oh,
You
Gotta
fucking
see that,
love
yeah.
that movie.
I fucking
That's
love
just
that
funny. Remember,
movie.
remember when they're in that fucking when they get to their first ride and they're like, "What the fuck? It's too
Slow down,
fast."
slow down. No, my favorite part is when Cain kills Abel. It's like, hey
Oh.
man, you guys saw him, right? I didn't
Hey,
kill my brother.
What? I didn't kill my brother.
Yes.
He keeps repeating it. Like, I didn't do nothing.
The fucking lightning bolt hits his forehead. It's like, holy shit! What are the chances of that? Man, we should.
Oh,
I feel like that movie put. I mean, like, as far as if my personality and my character was back in those times, I feel like I would have been similar.
You would not have survived. You would not
you know
have.
the funny part? There's probably a lot of people who are just like that too. You know, people were just trying to figure this shit out. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe people like, I don't belong here. Like, what the hell?
Like that video you sent me, Danny, the guy who invented a wheel. And he convert it was just to be a base for a stripper pole. Like, imagine that's what it was. Like, we will never know. And
And here we are. Oh, these men were genius. The wheel too. It's like, no, all they wanted to do was.
and if we were
it's
to
a table.
yeah, and if we ever had a chance to interview that guy, he'd be like, no, I was like, I didn't do that.
I didn't do shit.
The fuck are you doing with that wheel on your car?
It was just a big rock. We rolled it down.
We were bored.
We told our friend to get in the middle, so we rolled it down.
He died.
He died.
How? It crushed him. He fell out. It crushed him. What a way to go out.
Shit.
Dude.
Fucking. I'm still thinking about us and animals and fucking. The violence thing, because when I came back from Hawaii, I researched like Hawaiians and like their history.
Hawaii.
And how fucking the Americans took over, and they slowly did it. They like first went over there with missionaries, and then they ended up immigrating there, and then their missionaries had kids that ended up becoming citizens of Hawaii. They ended up voting to join the U.S. and starting the revolution.
Mm.
So it was almost like an internal, operation to get Hawaii to America. And it all
An
started
inside
with
job.
Yeah, it all started with Christianity.
It all started, yeah. Well, not just Christianity, but it started with they taking companies such as Dole.
No, Dole actually
To
was
get the
for
pineapple.
Dole. That the Dole family was actually trying to make the Hawaiians be able to vote, because once America took over,
Interesting.
the Americans didn't consider Hawaiians as citizens, so they lost their voting rights.
You know how they used to punish their slaves
But I don't think
How?
I don't think Dole
with a
they
Dole
they
Whip.
contributed to the imperialism, I guess you could say, because
That's in their popsicle stick jokes too. It's like, oh, it's a doll.
How did the Dole family punish their slaves with the Dole Whip?
I thought you were for real, bro. I was like,
Nah,
hey, what were you saying,
it
Danny?
just came to me right now.
What did you say, Danny? About
I
Dole?
forgot.
God damn it.
Danny's looking
I
at
don't
him
like your style.
Dole Whip.
Bob Dole.
No, I remember. I believe they still contributed to the fact that they
Yeah. He just kind of felt
got the
bad.
U.S. involved, and it
Right.
just and
He was the one that
that's-
like empathized.
and they
He's
made it
like,
a state, yeah,
mhm.
because they went over and started taking and just exporting.
But that's what like the missionaries say to discredit any civilization. They come, oh, they're barbaric. They kill and
Yeah,
Savages. Savages.
I mean, granted, have you guys seen
John
Apocalypto?
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Just
scene,
a trailer.
That scene, what? Dude, you need to go see it.
Yeah, I know. Hope it's on Netflix.
That scene where they cut the people's heads off at the top. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
you were a time traveler and then you just got blitzed over there, you'd be like, what the fuck? These guys are savages, But
Yeah.
Get it.
it's crazy. They did that for their gods too. So it's like, god damn, like something about religion makes people really extremist. It's nuts.
It's just
Yes.
the ideologies that they instill in people from the beginning. It's
Mhm.
like brainwashing almost, really.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking crazy. You guys, any religions growing up?
Catholic.
Catholic, then non-denominational Christianity.
Yeah, me
Lower
too.
denominator Christian.
You
Common denominator Christian.
know, common denominator, whatever. Reciprocal.
Geometric Christian.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, actually, it's a new thing. What about you,
One of
Danny?
those trigonometric.
Witchcraft?
raised Christian.
Really?
Yeah,
Born and raised?
Harry Potter.
Danny
well, not
Potter.
born, but yeah, I made the decision as a kid to get baptized in
Uh-huh.
a Christian church.
You made that decision?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't even make that decision. I just had a video. I was like, oh shit.
I seen the video.
And then, but as you guys know, as I got, thoughts gonna.
You're
Question.
atheist now, right?
I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic. Well, it's just I believe that there's a higher power. What is it? I'm not sure. I
Agnostic.
do believe there's God. I
Yeah.
do believe there's God, but it's not a man upstairs per se.
Yeah, and that's kind of like where I'm at too now. Like because I grew up Catholic, I would go to church on Sundays, and I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, I was like, man, fuck this, man. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kid didn't?
What a waste of time.
But my mom used to be super into it, and at some point, she also kind of just started saying she didn't really believe in it anymore because she kind of saw how people use the cross a lot to
Mhm.
cover all their shit, and so that's something. So now, like Danny, I'm agnostic. Like I believe there's something out there, but we'll probably never know. We're just gonna live our lives, and maybe when we die, that's when we get the answer. But there's no way that we were created out of nothing. Something had to happen, and we
No,
don't know
yeah,
who did it.
yeah. I do believe there is a genius something like that, and some creative.
Hi, I'm a creative, and I created humans.
So, can we all agree that
Can you imagine that guy?
that
Wow.
Catholic is probably the most fucking boring religion? Like,
It probably was because but I also never paid attention whenever I went to
Yeah.
church. So it's probably that's why it was boring.
I mean, define boring, like in terms of
Like, as a-
going to church and
like as a kid, like as a fucking 5-year-old, how do you expect me to fucking pay attention to this? The seats are like not
yeah, I
comfortable.
can't do that.
The songs are actually like not like 40s hymns, 30s, 20s hymns, not even like 1800 hymns, you know.
Yeah.
And
It sounded like some shit the cavemen were like, ah, what the fuck?
at least like Christians, they try to be alternative with the
Yeah.
if they have someone who knows how to
Motherfuckers got
rap,
cool
they'll be like, can
music.
you do a rap like in worship? And then they'll bust out a rap. Jesus
Mind if I do?
Yeah. And then
Christ,
I'd say
I love you.
I'd say the modern pastor is like a pastor / fucking comedian now. They always have to
Yeah.
be funny, man. They always have to like crack stupid
Yeah.
jokes. And a few of those
I
jokes are
listen.
like,
That's what
a few
keeps
of those
people
jokes are like
attention.
borderline fucked up, and it's just like, oh, should I laugh or like,
Yeah, I
is
had
he
a
trying to
pastor
relate to
who-
us?
I had a pastor who would tell a joke. He's like, how do you make holy water? And I'd be like, I don't know. He's like, you boil the hell out of it. I was like, wow.
What a guy.
Yeah.
That's
I
actually-
think
that's funny,
that's
actually.
just
I
a
just got
tactic. dude.
You boil the hell out of it. Wow.
Oh my god, took you that long?
Yeah. It's funny.
No, I think that's just a way to keep people, keep their attention.
Awake.
Because awake, because those people are the ones that they were kids like us at that time and fall asleep at church, and so
Mhm.
they would probably still fall asleep. And so
Yeah,
I gotta say it, like, we have us getting older, and even the generation younger than us, the attention spans are rather short, so you got to keep our minds
Christian drill rap, man.
entertained if you want to keep our attention.
Well, okay, now with that, how you guys feel about religion now growing up, like kind of thinking for yourself, like with your kids, how do you want to raise them, or do you want to give them the freedom to just choose? Because that's kind of something we discussed at home. I was like, I'll give them the freedom to choose if they want to follow something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force anything on them.
Exactly. I'm just gonna let her
Figure it out.
Give her all perspectives,
Yeah, you
and you can
figure
choose
it out.
whatever you want.
If the day were to come where I had kids, I would give them their free choice, but here's where I gotta say, like, as far as those thoughts of religion and everything goes, that's one thing, but I would still take the values and the principles that are taught in those religion, not all of them, obviously, because a lot of them we can't really use in today's times, but a lot of the good ones that help create a good character, and use those teachings for those kids. But if they want to believe that Jesus is Lord, okay, that's up to you. If you want to believe that I don't know, some other spiritual stuff, or Buddhism, Muslim, it's up to
Yeah.
but still raise them with good morals and principles.
You guys say that, but what if somehow Kim Kardashian becomes a deity and your kids end up worshiping them? You guys would be okay with that?
Absolutely.
That's a great hypothetical, which
I mean,
could
you guys
very
are
well
saying,
come true.
like, yeah, we guys be like, oh, well, yeah, could be.
Yeah, no, go ahead. But I could call you a fucking dumbass every time I see you.
I would try to steer them in what I would think is the right way, but at the end of the day, you can believe whatever you want.
You could believe in that, and I could believe you're a fucking dumbass. So-
Exactly.
What about you,
Pretty
Danny?
much. I would let them kind of like that talk my shit, but I would try to my best to, like, also steer them away from it because
Yeah.
that's part. I think part of a parent's job is try to guide them to the right thing, not just talk shit.
Got
Yeah.
18 years to
No,
guide
yeah.
them in the right direction.
I mean, it would also depend. Like, okay, yeah.
Well,
you know,
yeah, 18
fucking,
years, but
yeah.
what will you say? Will you say that when they're 16? No, you'll say,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, I got 2 years."
You got 2 years of living rent free in this house.
No, but
Yeah,
I mean, also like another perspective is okay, fine, fucking Kim Kardashian because of deity or whatever, right? And we know her fucking past, but but if it goes on, it's like she's done a lot of good all of a sudden. That's why she earned that. You can't just be a deity all of a sudden out of nowhere. She made a sex tape. This motherfucker become a deity. Like she's got to do something good. So I would look at that and be like, what did she do? Oh, she ended world hunger.
She's
Okay,
walking on water now.
she's walking on water. Really?
What if she killed herself or like sacrificed herself or
No.
like something, you know? But the crazy thing is, Jermaine, like with your reaction, you could get canceled for having that opinion in the future. You know, like your daughter could be like,
Yeah, probably.
My dad thinks I'm stupid for not believing in the God Kardashian. Oh my God,
Agree, but
old school.
You know what?
father.
And if that time ever comes, I'm like, I said what I said.
yeah, he was born in 1990. People didn't know any better.
That's so crazy.
You want to see the tape that we know you're God about? You want to see the tape? I'll show you the tape.
your social credit will go down.
That's crazy.
And
man.
yeah, like
Pretty good sci-fi idea though, Jarrell. Kardashian God and this motherfuckers are backwards and
Get that
fucking Jero
animated
slowly
somehow.
speaking things into existence and screwing us all over right now.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Kardashians own all the entertainment, man.
I feel like religion is like a good program for someone to create morals, but like I said,
There you go. That's
it's also like as far as the introspective and the reasoning goes, that's a double-edged sword because you could overthink it.
yes,
You know what I mean? Just like the
absolutely.
meaning to nothing type thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I just, instead of claiming one religion, I'll be like, religion is good. These people think this religion. These people think that religion. And in my personal religion, because I've had this personal belief ever since like high school. I believe that all religions were talking about one thing, and
Oh, definitely.
it's just like language. You know what I mean? Like zapatos and shoes and fucking.
Yeah.
However the fuck you say shoes in another language is shoes, you know what I mean? That's the same with God and whatever you say.
L shoes.
Yeah.
No, but you're right about that. I agree with you. I've always thought that religion. There's a lot of similarities in each religion if you look at it, and you're just like Jarrell said. They're all talking about one person.
Mhm.
It's just how they're interpreting it.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what this is all about. But I also, like you said, well, like you said, also, it's good to kind of give people a foundation for good morals and things like that. But it's also, I believe, I don't like it when people start to use that to say they're better than one.
Right.
That's when it gets annoying. It's like,
Yeah.
no, bitch, no, you're not. Like, you can't, like that whole, like out here in America, there's a whole thing about Muslims and how they're viewed as this and that. And, I know a few Muslims, they ain't like that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's certainly the times have changed. I can see how that was more it made more sense back in the day, but
Mhm.
still that's a toxic way of thinking, and nowadays it just doesn't pertain to anything at all. It's just like fuck you, get the fuck out of my face.
Yep.
It's crazy as much as people preach don't be racist. I feel like the media pushes like diversity, you know what I mean? Like
Oh my god.
like the team sports mentality of like my team. Oh no. Like I see a lot of crazy videos in like football stadiums where fools fucking fight over. I mean, granted they're drunk, but even that shouldn't even be a reason. You know what I mean? People are fighting over fucking teams that they're not even a part of, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's why you don't go to Raider games. If you go to a
Don't
Raider
assume
game, wear their
team.
jersey.
like
Raiders.
Raiders.
fucking Raiders, fool.
Fucking beat the Broncos.
You're Doyers.
It's funny because that story is like our friend Rudy. He's a huge Raiders fan, and his dad is a huge Raiders fan. And he
Uh-huh.
told me a story one time of how he went
Oh,
to a
shit.
Broncos game a long time ago, and this guy was wearing, and Daniel knows what I'm talking about. You know those Bronco hats, like the horse on the head,
Yeah.
that hat. He said this guy was walking around with that hat, and like he was kind of just like that horse, but on someone's head, not an actual hat, but like they made that horse head a hat.
Oh, okay.
Oh
So-
shit.
And so he was wearing it, and I guess he was talking his shit because the Broncos were whooping their ass. And he told me that at the end of the game, they waited for him around the corner, and when he came around, they all fucking just stomped on him. And they just fucked up his hat too, like his little foam Bronco head hat. And they tossed that shit. I was like, that's wild, dude. So I never wore a Broncos jersey to Rudy's house ever again.
Mr. Rudy. Ah!
Hey, good game. Ah.
I think that's also another thing that has changed because now when I watch an NFL game, because that's true. Way back in the day, I remember even in our high school days, like, and a little after that, it was known like, yo, you don't fuck around at the Raider Stadium. But now when I was watching the game on Sunday, there was a lot of the stadium was orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it happens as bad as it used to. At
You know
least.
why that is, though, right? Because my friend was telling me, because he works at that stadium, and he was telling me the reason why it's like, he's like, the whole thing about this Raider thing, it's a bunch of tourists when they come to watch the games. It's not a lot of fans. It's a bunch of fucking tourists.
Oh,
You're like, there's a lot of
Vegas.
fans. Yeah, because he's like, but a lot of the times that whole stadium is just full of tourists. That's why he's saying, if this was in Oakland, it probably, it's going to be the loyal fans, because when you go to Raider games in Oakland, it's a blackout. You rarely see another colored jersey, and if they
Yeah.
do, they're being super respectful because they don't want to get their asses kicked.
Yeah.
that makes a lot of
Exactly.
What
sense.
game, huh, fellas?
Well, that was a good game. Sorry you guys lost.
Better luck next time. And win the ball.
You guys go first.
You want a beer or something?
I'm sorry about that loss. You want a beer?
That's funny. You know what's crazy? How come that never happens in... Like, this is a perfect segue. That never happens in wrestling, dude. Like, no one's ever fucking fighting because Stone Cold beat The Rock. And it's like, no, that's my guy.
That was my guy.
You never know, though. You never know. What if there was parking lot brawls that happened and some guy got rock
No,
bottom?
It did happen. It did happen, but it happened with little kids. It didn't happen with
That-
adults.
yeah.
That is true.
That's,
I remember
Do
that
that.
that's
fighting with other
crazy.
kids
Yep.
about
That's true, too, yeah. I guess I forgot that.
I-
A few
I remember, like, these
DDTs
kids-
to the chair, you know? Make you forget about that shit.
Good times, man. Good times.
I did.
that was like the golden.
I do
age,
remember
right, of
fucking.
wrestling.
I watched Manny Pacquiao fight. I think it was Eric Morales, and dude,
Uh-huh.
right in front of us.
1 or 2, 3.
I think it was the second one.
Uh-huh.
Mexicans and Filipinos in front of me. Fucking. There were more action in the crowd than there was in the ring, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's
That-
crazy. It's funny you say it because there was a time when Manny Pacquiao was blowing up and all the Mexicans and Filipinos were fighting in the stadiums because of
Yeah.
that shit. It was
Yep.
crazy. And then ever since Manny got that nickname, the Mexicutioner, then it got real.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like the people who control the narratives know what they're doing, man. Like, what the fuck you gonna?
Exactly.
You called him the Mexicutioner? What is that, dude?
The
Thanks a
media.
lot, the man.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, because he was just mowing down like all these like good Mexican boxers out of nowhere all of a sudden. And at the time, we'd be like, who the fuck is this little Asian guy with blonde streaks in his hair wearing No Fear shorts? Next thing you know, he's like a legend in the ring. You know, like.
What about Steroid Manny? Did they ever call him that?
Hey, I called him that. Jermaine,
I don't know.
Jermaine,
I
if
don't
you're
think
ever
he's
with him,
steroids.
you down to call me, and I'll be like, Mr. Manny, I'm your biggest fan. Have you? Be honest. Have you done steroids?
Inside my steroid syringe.
My
Dude.
syringe, please.
Maybe back in the day when I
A long time ago.
tried to make weight in the 100 pounds.
Here's the thing though. I believe in sports like that, everyone's doing something. You know, at some point. It's not. I don't think there's a such thing as a clean athlete when you get to that stage anymore. You know, because in order to stay relevant in that sport, you got to keep fucking winning, and you got to stay in shape. And so, naturally, when you get older, your body decreases. Like like we saw in that fourth fight with Marquez, dude. Marquez was how old? Like 45, and that dude's body was fucking huge, ripped. He had so much power for that age, and I was like, dude, he's definitely roiding. All these motherfuckers are roiding. I mean, I wouldn't be like Canelo. He got caught up and he tried blaming it on meat.
He got caught up trying to play me on
Steroid
being
vegan
vegan too.
too.
Yeah, he got caught with clenbuterol, and he said it's from the carne asada. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
It's a funny ass name, Glenn Buterol.
Clen, like, see, that's why for the longest time people were calling him Clenello.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I think at this level, it's all about cheating the system. So it's not the fact that you're on it; it's the fact that can you be clean by the time they test you. You know what I mean?
They catch you, yeah, because yeah, I think that's the name of the game.
Have you seen that documentary, Bigger, Stronger, Faster?
Yeah.
About like.
Well, I didn't finish it, but I have seen it. Yeah.
They say that when you're injured and you come back from an injury, you're allowed to test for certain ranges of certain things now. So like TRT, steroids.
Yeah.
You know, because you're injured to come back. But this is what people do. They come back. They get injured off a finger tweak. Oh, my fucking finger. And they come back all fucking Super Saiyan 12 and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look into Adrian Peterson. I forgot what years they were.
Yeah.
But he tore an ACL one year. The next year he came back and he rushed over he rushed over 2,000 yards, which is only a handful of players.
It's an elite running back.
Yeah, it's maybe only been done like 11 or 12 times in the past 100 years. So he rushed over 2,000 yards. You watch that film, like, dude, he was just
that whole
juking
season.
people. Like the dude was unstoppable.
It's like he got a new ACL.
That was like that was after he came
Made of
back
steel.
from his-
Yeah, it was the following year. It was the
Following year.
And then that's why everyone was saying, dude, he probably took like steroid injections straight to the ACL or something, because that dude was making moves. Like, imagine tearing your ACL and making those moves again. You wouldn't want
Serum.
It's crazy.
Like,
'cause,
even
like,
Derrick Rose has a hard time doing that.
Yeah, I mean, as athletes being injured, you get so hungry to be in the game. You know,
Worse.
Like, when you're injured and have to be take a time out from it, you learn a lot about the game being away from it. You know. But just imagine, but then you're rehabbing, trying to get back to baseline. But imagine if you're like away from the game, but you're waiting because you're fucking gonna come back like titanium version of yourself. You know what I mean? Like that stuff that you learn from being out of the game, plus like this super physical Captain America shit you got after, dude.
I got adamantium in my system.
Adamantium super serum with sheer will.
You know, like, drawing back to wrestling though, that steroid use is huge in that fucking industry.
Isn't
well, and
there?
going back to injury and steroid, Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H. But look what happened to fucking Chris Benoit because of his steroid use. Fucking.
Hey,
All right,
hold on.
Let's talk about that. All right.
All right, Jay Sean. I mean,
let
I
me
think it's a
let me lay it out,
combination of like
and
steroid use and CTE.
let me lay it out,
I
and
was gonna
Danny can
say.
alley-oop after from this. So apparently there was a lot of emails directed to Chris Benoit from some kind of mafia before he died, which pretty much leads to the conspiracy theory that he might have not, which is controversial as well, he might have not killed his family, and he might have not committed suicide. It might have been a hit because either he owed money or something. Right, Danny? Something like that?
I mean, I just recently heard that. So, I mean, and if they did the hit, they might have made it look like, it was,
It was on
yeah, it
him.
was murder. It was a homicide, suicide,
Murder suicide. Yeah.
murder, suicide. And so, but, no, the other thing too that I've heard recently is that it couldn't have been roid rage because his levels of testosterone were at normal levels, something like that. It
Yeah.
came back in his toxicology.
Uh,
So like either if he was doing steroids, he just during that cycle he just wasn't on it. And so there's no really way of it being roid rage. So the next best
CTE.
thing is it was CTE, and CTE gets to people like crazy. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
schizophrenia.
Yeah. Look at Antonio Brown. That's CTE. We're looking at CTE
Yo, for
right
real.
now, and people just think Antonio Brown's being wild and fucking crazy. I was like, no, dude, that's CTE.
Yeah,
Something's gonna happen, man.
that guy is crazy. That guy's crazy right now.
what's the latest thing he's doing now?
Oh,
Um,
you didn't see how
No,
he was
actually, I've heard his name come up a couple times this week, but I
Oh
didn't
my
even get a chance to research.
Oh my
The
god.
Tom Brady thing,
Is this
posting
the
a
pool
full.
No,
one,
no,
Danny?
no.
Are you gonna talk about the pool part?
The
Is that
pool,
the one?
yeah.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
Dude, this dude was in a pool in Dubai, and this dude just whips out his dick, man, and he's just
That's some
like
chick.
at some chick, and the
Okay.
chick like tries to laugh it off, but it's like awkward, like hey, that
Yeah, like,
hey.
because it's
And
this white
then
chick in a pool with a big black dude. So she's like,
and
oh
he
fuck.
was like he kept was like you want it kind of thing and all that, and so
You see the clip though, right?
nah, yeah, it's just ugly. It's just
And there's
nasty.
another,
Like
and there's
15 times.
no, yeah, no. So
I
part
haven't
of that
seen
clip too.
clips, honestly.
No, so part of the clip is like, yeah, like Danny said, he exposes his dick to her, and she's just like, oh, okay, like trying to just get away, and you got this dude laughing while recording, and next thing you know, like he turns around, and he jumps out of the pool and tries to like put his ass in her face,
Yeah, what the fuck?
like his
Okay,
bare
that's
ass.
something out of
Yeah, he's just
out
like,
of his
and
mind.
this girl's like just trying to laugh it off, and she's trying to move away, and he's like he's like trying to like wrestle her, and he's like holding her, he's like throwing her in the water and shit, butt naked.
She was laughing,
Not a
but
good
it
look,
didn't
man.
seem like she was like interested in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think
I'm
she was just,
speculating.
like it was probably like that nervous laughter, like I don't know what the fuck's going on,
Right.
and his group is right there, they're just laughing along with it, and some dude's taking the video, so I could see why she's probably just trying to, you know.
Oh yeah.
What's going
I
on?
love the Steelers.
What's going on with Tom Brady and homeboy and homegirl?
Divorce, right?
And Giselle.
That I don't know. So if y'all got the tea on that, spill it. 'Cause
Oh, dude.
I just know because there's
Tom
drama
Brady.
right now in
his
WWE
wife?
and NFL. Yeah.
Oh, Tom Brady and his wife. Well, pretty much she wants him to fucking stop, and he doesn't want to stop. And
he won't stop playing, dude.
yeah, and I saw this article where she's saying like, she kind of wants him home, and he already has like a $400 million deal outside of football if he was to just do like sports talk, like become an analyst and shit for Fox or whatever. And so she's like, she just wants him to go ahead and continue that, get that $400 million contract, just doing that. But apparently he was rubbed the wrong way with what like Adam Schefter said about his legacy, and so that's why he wants to come back and just fucking shut up Adam Schefter. It's a pride thing now,
It's a
and I think that's why
competitive
Giselle's
thing,
like she's getting over it. She's like, I don't like this version of you.
Rocky, you gotta stop fighting.
No, honestly, that's probably what's going on. You know?
Can't beat him, Rock.
Yeah, and that's just the drama
Adrian,
behind it.
I gotta take him on, you know, like,
fighter, Adrian.
I gotta fight him, you know, it's just who I am.
Hey, what's your name again, anyways?
Adam Schefter said I'm not better than Peyton Manning.
Hey, where's my keys at, Adrian?
I need to take my white Porsche around.
Hey, who we talking about again?
Oh, what's that Russian guy's name?
All right, I found
Oh,
the bullet points for the Chris Benoit thing. So it says toxicology reports suggested Chris, as well as Nancy and Daniel, had all been sedated. Why would the attacker sedate himself? That's one. I mean, he could have been crazy, right? 2, the press statement released that Daniel Benoit had been killed by the crippler Crossface, but it was confirmed that he died of asphyxiation. If information this vital can be sexed up by the media, what else has been changed by the media? The empty
He
cans.
was killed by. He was killed originally. They said that he
Yeah.
was
It was a
killed
crippler
by that
crossface.
hole.
Crippler Crossface.
Yeah, you remember?
That's crazy.
I remember when that came out. I was reading about this. I was like, "What the fuck? Chris Benoit killed his son with the crippler crossface."
That's crazy, bro. That's dark. That's hella dark. Okay, there's another one. There are empty cans of beer next to Benoit's body. Toxicology reports stated he did not consume them. Who did?
Interesting.
Several random texts were sent to several random people after Chris Benoit killed himself. Who sent these texts and why? Kevin Sullivan, Nancy Benoit's ex-husband, a confirmed satanic worshiper, swore he would kill Chris one day. Why was he interrogated? Is this why Bibles were left next to the bodies of those who have died? And the last one was Chavo Guerrero stated that while on the phone with Chris answered the door and heard a scuffle prior to the phone cutting out. Chris rang back 3 hours later, stating everything was okay and that he loved Chavo. What happened in this time? Is this why there's no sign of forced entry? So, sheesh.
Bro, how you mentioned Kevin Sullivan, I never thought of that.
Was he
That's
Who's Kevin
WCW?
Sullivan?
Yeah. So okay.
Oh
So
shit! I just got goosebumps,
Okay.
bro.
So here, Kevin Sullivan was a wrestler in WCW,
Okay.
but he also worked in the back. He did booking. He booked the matches for WCW. In other words, he was like what they call when they would say the commissioner. He'd set up the matches and stuff.
Uh-huh.
That was Sullivan. And so what happened is there was one storyline where Sullivan, he's just doing his thing, whatever. But then Sullivan's wife, which is Nancy, started dating Chris Benoit. That's just a story in the wrestling, but it ended up actually happening where she dumped Kevin Sullivan, divorced him. They were married for, a good while, a few years at least. Dumps him, goes, and then pretty much,
Yeah.
starts dating Chris Benoit, and then the rest is history. They get married, have their kid, whatever.
He's probably bitter
So,
from there, huh?
But oh my god, like the promotions that they would do, dude, it would be like if they would make it like if they were both in bed, like after they fucked or whatever, and it'd be Chris Benoit like talking shit to Kevin Sullivan, like it was weird, dude. And so
my God.
now that you mention this, it's like, what if it is revenge? What if it was revenge? And I didn't know he was a Satanist, a Satan worshiper, and so, damn, that's crazy.
So
And Bibles there,
you think
next to them.
did this promo stuff happen before Nancy went?
This
over
was
the post?
happening this was like during the story of it, so maybe this was even during,
Shit.
like when it was like the transition, because the story became reality. In other words, so yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip. Uh, but dude, I didn't when you were mentioning like the possible people and
Right.
Kevin Sullivan, like I was like, oh yeah,
It's weird how
because he
everything.
supposedly he. What's go ahead?
It's weird how everything's trying to be like wrestling right now, like fabricated beefs. But wrestling
Yeah,
is more real than people like
bro.
make it. You know what I
Because
mean?
Sullivan was the uh he did the booking. That's why Benoit never really got a push in WCW. If you think about
Ah,
it.
damn. They're trying to fuck each other then, in a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, and
I'm
so
trying to fuck you.
that's why he was like fuck this, and he dipped with Eddie Guerrero
Cause
and
yeah,
Dean
they now
Malenko and
Chris Benoit's wiped out of like the Hall of Fame, dude. Like they don't even mention his name anymore.
no, but I think they got to reopen. If the police were to reopen the case and they were to find a lot of things out, um, they and dude, I would feel as WWE like they would feel so bad to take it back. Because I'll be honest, I don't think Chris Benoit did that. He seemed like such a genuine person, and I would hear good things about him too. And you know, I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. I don't know him very well because he was from my younger days, but from what I've heard, he was just a good guy. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Yeah, you never know.
Don't quote. Yeah. So
It's a good guy till they ain't.
Yep.
Mhm.
Till he drops
pretty
that
much.
diving headbutt, man. Becomes the
All that.
Wolverine. What's your guys' favorite wrestling moment or most memorable wrestling moment?
There's a lot actually.
Cause you guys all like wrestling, right?
Yeah,
For the
man.
most
Hell
part.
yeah.
Jennifer likes it.
I think okay, yeah. I mean, if Degeneration X is definitely a cool, like there was a lot of cool moments with Degeneration X, but I think what was cool was the invasion. You remember that shit
Oh man.
when WCW, ECW came and invaded WWE, and it was just the wildest crossover ever.
That was everyone's
Yeah.
And it was
fantasy.
fucking yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking sick. And just having NWO come back and you're like, what the fuck? There, and then, like you had The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. There was so many cool things that happened within that. And I remember that was when The Rock turned heel. Remember, because it was Hulk Hogan, and
Oh
I was just
yeah.
like, I don't know what to feel about this. He's my favorite wrestler, but he's fucking disrespecting Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hogan now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta say, my one that blew up recently was when MJF came back to AEW.
Yeah.
That
Actually,
was
yeah.
dope.
That was cool.
That was dope. But from back then, I don't know. I don't know.
You know what was a
There were
cool
like,
one?
huh?
You know what was a cool one? Remember when Booker T and Stone Cold fought in a grocery store?
Oh
No, I
yeah,
have to see that.
That shit was tight.
yeah.
They
I
totally would fight in a
was
grocery
that during a
store.
pay per view? Because I think I remember
Yeah.
seeing it live during the
Yeah.
pay per view.
And then like there was a scene where Stone Cold's so tired he opens like a fucking big ass gallon of milk and starts downing it right there and proceeds to kick fucking Booker T's ass.
Damn.
Yeah. What was dope? I remember the Big Show and Brock Lesnar when the ring collapsed.
They broke the ring on
Oh man.
SmackDown.
That was
It was
epic.
Thursday night SmackDown, and he was it Brock Lesnar tried to F5 him from the top of the turnbuckle, and fucking when he brought him down, the fucking ring collapsed, and that was the end of the show.
Dude, that was nuts. That was iconic for sure with the Fist Stadium. The Fist SmackDown
yeah,
Stadium.
yeah. That was when they were Thursday nights on UPN.
Yeah, that's the OG.
Followed by Blind Date.
I think
Yeah.
mine was the first Hell in a Cell when Undertaker and Shawn Michaels were fighting. And then Kane fucking came out for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He just ripped that door open, and everyone's like, "That's gotta be Kane!
Yeah.
That's gotta be Kane!"
Yeah, that was epic. What was that other one that they introduced? The Chamber or something?
Oh, the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, where they like that shit was cool too. I remember when they first premiered that, I had to watch it. And I had the pay-per-view, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is
it's
the craziest fucking match ever."
Yeah, Shawn Michaels is my guy, so when he came back for that match, I was like, damn, I have to watch this shit again.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
It was a funny moment. I was like, I didn't understand. Remember when it was what was it? With it was Randy Orton, Bradshaw, Triple H. They had that. What was it, the Revolution?
Oh, the
Was that the name?
Evolution.
The Evolution was it Evolution?
With Ric Flair and Batista?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I always laughed at their whole thing. So you get fast cars, fast women. I was like, what the fuck is fast women, dude?
They get track star girls, bro.
He was a track star.
Yeah, I just remember when he was like trying to sell the idea because they were trying to bring on Randy Orton at the time. You get fast girls. I was like, what the fuck is a fast girl?
Like the meme of that kid, like, hey.
Randy Orton ended up becoming one of the top wrestlers ever. I didn't think he'd be who he was right now.
Yeah. I don't know much about him, but yeah.
RKO.
Diamond Cutter.
All right, we're hitting that hour and 15 mark. Let's wrap it up with. I wanted to get into Halloween shit, but fucking we started rambling about everything else. But
I think we kind of touched Halloween a little bit, anyways, with that conspiracy of Chris Benoit. So that was cool.
That's pretty spooky, right?
Yeah.
Let's go with.
I'm actually gonna go home and read up about that.
Let's go.
Spooky.
What mythological creature do we think is real?
Mythological, like the chupacabras.
Loch Ness,
or Bigfoot, Loch Ness.
You know, the Loch Ness turned out to be just a whale's penis, so that's debunked.
Just
prehensile.
prehensile.
It turned out to be many things. So what the fuck did it really turn out to be?
Many things.
They recently, well, not recently, but there was a picture of a whale's penis like sticking out of the water, and then someone said, "Hey, that looks familiar." And then they pulled up the old pictures of like what was supposedly the Loch Ness, and it was the same shit. I was like, dude, it's been a whale penis this whole time.
Was that in Long Beach, California? I'm just kidding.
Was that me? I might have been in the water at that time.
I don't think there'd be a
Sometimes
whale.
I swim.
Sometimes I do backstrokes in Long Beach.
And you know what I mean by backstroke, baby.
Oh, God.
Anyways, no, but was that whale in the Loch Ness though? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what makes it the Loch Ness, right? Monster.
Mm-hmm.
It's monster.
Roy.
Imagine being that whale and finding out people called your dick the Loch Ness monster. It's like, you hear that? My dick's so big they call it the Loch Ness monster.
Dude, no, imagine if they like go whaling and they catch you and they're like, no, that's the one. And you ID him because of his dick, and you get let go all of a sudden. And you're like, damn, I wonder what happened.
Moby Dick ain't got shit on me.
They named him
This is
Moby.
my job.
You Moby's dick? I'm Loch Ness monster.
There's no idea.
Like, you're a thing of the past, Moby. Get out of the way.
This is the
There's a
thing of the
picture
future
of
now.
Why you guys call him Moby? He's a killer whale.
Because your dick is as short as your name.
But Loch Ness, see, that's 2 words. Twice.
That's one for later.
One for now, one for later.
I'm gonna go with mermaids, dog. I think mermaids
are
might
real?
be true. Or it might be real. Cause think about it. There's more in the ocean that we don't know about than space.
You're right.
Well, which is you can argue that because space is infinite, so that number compared to like a finite number of measurement, I guess, is arguable.
Mm-hmm.
But we've looked into space more than we've looked into the ocean, and
That is
right.
based on what your world views are.
Yeah,
That's
and
another
plus we don't have
topic.
anything that. Well, we don't have like technology that can go deep, right, in the ocean because of the pressure down there, right? Is that was it?
I think so. I think some submarines were able to go. I think James Cameron, the guy who did Avatar, he had a submarine built to where he went down. Like I think he went down to Marinera's Trench to see what's up
Yeah.
over there. But there's some
Marinara-
conspiracy.
Marinara's Trench, boys. Marinara's Trench.
What is it?
Would you Marina's
Mariana.
Trench? Mariana's
Mariana?
Trench.
Marinara sauce?
That's
Like, would you bring your
You
breadsticks?
see Luigi down there.
like
was,
a Booga the Gecko.
he said it was
Yeah.
red,
Make
dog.
soup in the bottle.
This is the Red Sea. Nah, man, it's marinara.
You went to the Red Sea and went down to Marinara Trench?
I brought breadsticks, everyone.
He was in Italy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, is this place right next to Italy?
You get down there, you got some guy handing you stuff. It's like, when you hear your family? Oh, what the fuck is this?
You get lobster pasta. It's fresh.
With marinara.
The best of the best.
The bottom of the ocean.
Best bottom feeders.
It's fucking mozzarella sticks down there and shit.
Unlimited.
Undersea, unlimited
It's
bread.
somehow crunchy, even though everything's underwater.
It's a bring your own spaghetti noodles.
The Coral's garlic bread.
They cook it where the volcano, like all the gases come out, so it cooks.
You just see like an Italian guy down there, like cooking you.
The
fucking
scuba
spaghetti.
divers.
That's what I'm saying. It's Luigi Primo.
The eels are fucking
wrestler.
spaghetti noodles.
Waluigi.
The legacy. Wah!
Yeah, but
Waluigi!
I think the mermaids, man. Whatever version of that may be, whether it's like doesn't even look human, you know what I mean? Or it's like a fucking fucked up looking manatee, like some kind of advanced.
I'm imagining that right now, and that sounds scary to me.
You gotta get
Why
the
don't they
AI.
make that the real Little Mermaid?
Freaky manatees.
There'd be no dispute of like, oh, that's the real mermaid right there.
It's not my little mermaid.
Imagine they made Little Mermaid like a handicapped human.
My mermaid's
'Cause
white.
it's like, yeah, they're trying to get representation on that guy.
Yeah, in the future, they're going to try to get representation for all kinds of living.
There's a
Thinking
scientist in the
beings.
movie. They're like, it makes sense because they don't have the right human gene.
You know how people were so mad about the new Little Mermaid because she's black? I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it's a fucking mermaid.
First off, yeah, mermaids are real, and
Well, don't tell Jarrell that.
oops.
Yeah. Hey, what'd you say?
What the fuck you say to me?
Not the Aquaman mermaids.
That
The
is
fucked up
man.
manatee mermaids.
I gotta say, I think the Yeti. I really think there's gotta be like some abominable snowman.
Who makes snow cones for you?
You think more in the winter snow than like just out in the woods?
No. I'm saying like up in the Himalayas.
Like a Mount Everest, or
Yeah,
like
that mountain range. There's gotta be
always
some
snowing.
up there where it's always snowing. Exactly.
mm,
Just eats yellow snow cones every day.
Yeah.
Very much. Yeah.
What was that from Ice Age? No.
getting high on his own supply of piss.
Recycle.
It's,
Circle of life.
Circle of life.
I think I would have.
probably finds his own mushrooms up there.
Shit. Imagine.
Yeah.
Only the next form of humanity. Up there, just expanding his mind.
Comes down and starts a church.
I think with that one, I think I'll go with the American version of that, which is Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot
Bigfoot.
could be possibly real. I mean, maybe there was a weird motherfucker one time and said, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck this bear." Out came a hybrid. And he's like, "Oh
He just has-
shit," like I don't know, but I think Bigfoot could possibly be real because you never know what the fuck is out there. You're not going. There's so much of those forests or whatever, or just places like that, woods where it hasn't really been touched, you know, or even, I mean, that's why you have all these uncontacted tribes, you know.
What if we're like monsters?
Yeah.
We are the monsters.
Yeah.
Just
The thing is,
look at
the
us.
thing is, we're everywhere, so we're not like mythological. You know what I mean?
We're hybrids of an alien and an ape.
Yeah, aliens. Aliens count as a mythological creature.
Yeah, what kind?
I would say so.
What kind of?
I think alien. I'm pretty sure.
I just think it's such a wild story when people are like, aliens came here and fucked apes, and that's where you came from. I was like, whoa.
All right, cool theory.
How'd they do it?
They just knew. They just knew
Did
where
the
to stick it.
gorilla just say, fuck it, let's do it, or what?
Dude, if we had tails like Saiyans, it would be undeniable. We'd be like, yeah, we came from monkeys.
Yeah, how cool
But
that would be.
we didn't come from monkeys. We came from apes. Two different things.
Yep.
Deep.
That's something Danny would know because we used to call him Gorilla.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
And on that
Still to this
note,
day.
we will end the podcast here.
With Gorilla.
All right, guys. Anywhere, Danny, play in your socials. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at abrasumente_67. That's mainly where I'm at. Or you can find me on the cord, abrasumente1021. Feel free to hit me up, whatever. Follow me. I don't care. I'll follow back. I don't care. I'm nothing special, so just hit me up.
You're special to me.
Damn, we need to talk about mental health.
You're
next time
special to
you're
me,
on, baby.
and that's all that matters.
You're special
Nah,
to me.
Meaning I'm not famous, but as far as a person, yes, I am special, and we all are. You know, we all have our place on this earth.
Being
Rest in
famous
peace,
doesn't make
Mr.
you
Rogers.
special, baby. Being famous doesn't make you special.
No,
All right,
hell no,
guys.
it doesn't. So, Kim Kardashian, go fuck yourself.
So
You bitch.
Fuck yourself, God Kardashian.
if these guys are cool, I'll be back next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah, man.
Fortnite.
I'm on right now. Let's go.
All right,
All
later.
right, later, boys.
Thanks. Enjoy yourselves.